Unit 2, Recording 2.
So, quite a complicated process, isn't it? Maya, what do you think? Does your group feel that companies are too interested in profit and don't look after the planet enough when they consider the life cycle of products?
Yes. I'd say that companies are usually driven by profit and the planet comes second. Our organisation doesn't like being told by a company that products need to be removed from the market once they reach their final stage. We feel that the market for recyclable goods isn't being exploited at the moment and that companies are in the position to do much more of this.
Yes, I see your point, Maya, about the responsibility companies have. But we also have to protect our investments and our workers. We can't stay in business unless we realise profits. But I'd like to add that having been given awards for work-life balance and equality in the workplace, we're very happy with our profile at the moment. And we do our best to use fairly sourced materials, which contributes to the health of the planet as well.
It's great that you've received awards, and that all sounds very positive, Klaus. But I feel we're looking at a much bigger picture here. We feel that it's possible that the product life cycle itself can be thought of as sustainable.
Thinking of the product life cycle as sustainable, that sounds interesting, Maya. Can you explain what you mean?
Sure. We start by looking at the way raw materials are extracted and where they are sourced and is this hurting the planet. Then we look at manufacturing. Have you had the process looked at by an expert in sustainability? And what about packaging and disposal? We would hope these are both carefully considered so that the product itself and the materials used to protect and advertise it don't add to pollution and landfills. I have to admit that we're quite concerned about the whole concept of planned obsolescence, which limits the life of products and causes people to replace them when they are considered to be no longer useful.
As I mentioned earlier, we are aware of the necessity of sustainable sourcing of raw materials and are also looking at our packaging and disposal. There are many issues to take into account, but we always have to balance planet and profit. We were hoping to be recognized in the field for the progress we've made so far, but it all takes time, I'm afraid.
I agree, but the commitment to the environment needs to come first. The way we see it is that if our planet's endangered, there won't be anyone left to buy products. Therefore, we feel that it's essential for customers and manufacturers to begin looking at the entire concept of product life in a different way.
Klaus, what do you say about that?
Sarah, I understand, but this isn't something that can be changed overnight. Car manufacturers of hybrid cars are among the first to have been considered successful by making a major change in their vehicles. It will take time for other industries to catch up, however.
I agree as well. However, this type of thinking needs to be implemented sooner rather than later. I hope you can begin to think of your role as a manufacturer in a different way.
Well, you've certainly presented interesting points. Whether or not they can be applied to my business is something I'll have to give a great deal of thought to.
I'd like to thank both of you for your insights today. I think you've given our listeners something to think about. I know that I will also look at the work very differently the next time I have a new kitchen installed or have other work done at home.